Man, what's good, fam? Man, I promise you, I apologize. I was a minute or two late. I had to go get the fire extinguisher out, baby, because me and Chip been burning these streets up, and I had to put out the flames. Because, man, it's been getting hot around here. But your boy back at the house, we've been putting in that work the past 2 weeks. Now, that's what we talking about tonight, because we had a bunch of questions I was trying to get to them. Y'all seen your boy running, and y'all was questioning, making comments as fast as I can reply to some of them things. And I was like, let me get ahead of some of these. Well, boy, we had a week, and we gonna talk about it, because part of those comments and questions was like, BG, what it look like, what the numbers look like, what you doing out there, how you moving out there. So we gonna talk about it, because I told y'all about the circle. Y'all saw your boy move around the circle, but I think this is one of the first times in a long time that I just said, let me go out there and show fam what that circle look like. That's why I told you it was about to go ape. And I don't think I'm done going ape. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go ape again for another week or two. But we went ape. We had a little fun. And we're going to cover it tonight because I saw all the responses and a couple of questions from the tips and tricks video and all that stuff. So I'm like, hey, let's just go in live and talk about it and answer questions as they pop up, because hey, that's what we do around here, baby. We compare notes, share information so we all can go get it together. And I see y'all coming through here, fam. What's good, fam? Hey, man, what? I just saw this pop up. You mean you came all the way in H-Town and ain't give me a heads up? I would have came around the corner and hollered at you. I don't know it yet, but I would have came around the corner. I ain't going nowhere now. We got football after this, and hey, I got to see what your boy going to get into tomorrow. We already got some plans, but we'll discuss that later on in the week. That ain't what tonight is for. What's good, fam? Everybody just coming on in this building. I should have knew the Quicks being here. Yep. I'll talk to y'all later, Quicks. We got to catch up. We got to chop up some things. But what it do? Everybody in this thing filing in. And I see y'all. Y'all don't want to come say hi. I can see the numbers of the people watching it, but y'all don't want to say hi to your boy and the rest of the fam. But it's cool. I know some of us a little shy. But nah, man, I know y'all ready to get into it, and got my handy dandy paper here because I didn't want to mess up these notes. Mainly it's the numbers. It's the numbers y'all already know. But I'm going to go ahead. We're going to break them down and discuss them again in whole, because I owe y'all a video on this. We got a video that the missus is working on probably tomorrow. And then it's another video behind that one that's going to break this thing all the way down. But we're going to cover it tonight. So if we got any questions and, if we need to elaborate on a couple of the videos this week from the tips and tricks and all that stuff, the direct broker thing, we got to elaborate on the thing. Y'all just let your boy know in them comments, and I'm going ahead and we're going to knock some of them questions out. So this week was very productive. Now we're going to rewind back to start. I won't say this week, the past, because this circle run took 12 days. It was 12 days. And I'm going to break them down to you. So the first load we left out not this Friday, but the Friday before last. And we left Houston and we went up to Ohio. The first stop was a Saturday drop-off in Trenton with a Monday drop-off in New Albany. And if you just time it in, family, I'm reading off the paper. I got script notes. Oh, man, I feel real responsible right now. This ain't normal. Then on that Monday, we dead headed over Charleston, West Virginia after we got that load up out of New Albany. We had that dead head over because your boy gonna go get it. We went to Charleston, West Virginia. Then we shot down to Vicky, Oklahoma. That was about 1,098 miles. I remember that if you watch the video. That's because that broker, I was trying to get him over that $1 a mile and he wasn't going for it. And he was like, I can do you one bet. I get you $1 exactly. And it came up $2 short. He know he could have gave me that 1,100. But either way, I had 8 quarters in my in the side door for change, so I just made the $2 myself. And then y'all know we went from after we dropped off in Vickery, Oklahoma. That was the tips and tricks video. Boy, tongue tied tonight. Well, we shot up to Oklahoma City, sat for a couple hours, then we found the load in Gentry, Arkansas that picked up the next day. So we went ahead to Gentry and stayed the night. And then we left from Gentry, Arkansas, and went down to Carrollton, Texas. That's right outside of Dallas. After we dropped that load off, we found another load that picked up in Grapevine, which was about 10 miles away. and that load shot back across the circle to Jacksonville, Florida. Now I told y'all about Florida. You know, I used to have that rule I wouldn't go below Tampa and Orlando. Now I think my rule has changed unless you pay me good to go to Tampa and Orlando. This is for the brokers that's watching. If you pay me good, I go to Tampa and Orlando. But for now, I think I changed my rule that I'm gonna stay around I-10. So Jacksonville, Pensacola, and all that, Tallahassee, I'll stay there. I don't want to go lower than that because after I dropped that load in Jacksonville, I knew it was a chance because most of the stuff that I normally get, and everybody else might be different. Normally, the stuff I get out of Jacksonville comes out that port and all that. And when I say port, it's the Jacksonville one. And then right up there in Georgia, right there, Savannah and Pooler, Georgia, those are more ports right there. So normally when I get loads on that coast outside the circle, because you know Savannah, Pooler, and Jacksonville is outside the circle, that I normally find loads in there. But my mind was already knowing that from Jacksonville, I already knew the closest spot I was going to have to do is shoot back in Atlanta. That's why I say I'm going to stay around I-10 because even though Tampa and Orlando up to Atlanta is still within a deadhead tank of gas for your boy, I just don't feel like dealing with it. But oh well, whatever. So after I dropped that load in Jacksonville, that's when we shot back up into the circle, spent that day driving up there, got there later on that evening because I did sit in Jacksonville a little bit, but then I didn't find nothing. So we shot up and I found some for the next day in Conyers, Georgia. But and we went from Conyers, Georgia. That was a Friday pickup, drop off Monday from Conyers, Georgia to Neosho, Oklahoma. Then after we dropped that load in the Neosho, because of the tips and trick, we was going to shoot up to Kansas City. But on the way to Kansas City, I found a load in Max Creek, Missouri. And we shot on up. That load went to Kansas City. So it worked out because that's where your boy was going anyway. Remember tips and tricks. We're going to discuss some more of them tonight. And then after Kansas City load the next day, didn't find nothing in Kansas City. That's why we're going to discuss the tips and tricks. So I found a load, but it was down in Sparta, Missouri. And I had the deadhead like 100 and I don't even remember what it was. 180, 190, 140. I can't remember. That's in the video that we're going to make separate for y'all when we break down the numbers even deeper to give you that milestone for the end of the year. But yeah, I found a load down in Sparta, Missouri. And that load went from Sparta, Missouri and shot down to Baton Rouge, which is the bottom of the circle. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm sorry, I forget. Everybody in the fam that's new might not know these different places because some of them sound the same. Like, for example, I spent the weekend in Miami, Oklahoma, not Miami, Florida. So we shot down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I looked for some loads, but you know your boy. When I get too close to the house, especially if I've been gone some time, I didn't find nothing in a timely manner. So I shot to the crib. Got back home on Wednesday, early Wednesday. Got home Wednesday and then chilled out all day Wednesday, chilled out all day Thursday. And those that know, which that video is the one that I just mentioned earlier that the missus will be working on dropping tomorrow. That's the video that we, I was going to chill out this weekend and wait till Monday or Tuesday and get going. But I had another direct broker that money came calling on Friday. That ain't in these numbers. That Friday load, because it dropped off so late, that money won't pay out to Monday. And I normally try to keep the numbers within when the money hits, because that's what makes us when that money hit. And so that number is going to be into the next week because it's going to hit on Monday. And we'll talk about that because I haven't decided if I'm going to go back in that circle, but I had a blast in that circle. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and break down the numbers. I know what y'all come here. Y'all already know. Y'all don't want to hear your boy talk about location to location, city to city. Y'all want the money. Them real hard money numbers. Remember, the video that's working on after the missus drops this one, that the one that was from Friday, there's going to be another video that's going to break these numbers down. It's like a preview of what the end of year number is going to look like, where we're going to subtract gas. We're going to talk about deadhead miles. We're going to talk about what money was spent on food and everything. I even did an oil change because I knew I was finna go ape in that circle. I did an oil change Friday in Houston before we went to Ohio. So we're going to add that number in. The only main number you won't see in that number that's like for the end of year numbers, you won't see like the tires, like getting new tires, or you won't see the breakdowns. I won't even say breakdown. The vacations Chip took in Vegas, and he took the other Chip vacation in Mobile, Alabama, when he was hollering at his girlfriend and having getting in all types of stuff. I had to go bail him out of jail. Those numbers gonna be in the end of year numbers. But I'm gonna give you a preview of running the circle numbers, and not the video coming up, but the one after that. But let me give you the numbers. So Houston, the Trenton app, new app, Houston to Ohio, when we dropped off in Trenton and New Albany. That was a pickup Friday, drop off Saturday and Monday, and those numbers combined for $2,150. The Charleston, West Virginia to Vicky, Oklahoma load was $1,098. The Gentry, Arkansas to Carrollton, Texas was $400. The Grapevine, Texas to Jacksonville, Florida was $1,050. The Conyers, Georgia to Neosho, what is it, Oklahoma? Yeah. Neosho, Missouri. Neosho, Missouri is $800. The Max Creek, Missouri to Kansas City was $275. And the Sparta, Missouri to Baton Rouge, Louisiana was $650 for a total of $6,423. Man, them $2 that he didn't want to give me from Charleston, West Virginia to Vicky. That's crazy. But anyway, we grossed a 12-day run in the circle. That's leaving out Friday, coming back Wednesday the following week. 12 days. And it came out to gross $6,423. Now I know we're gonna talk about it. I'm just putting this out there because some people gonna catch the live before they catch before they watch the video about the breakdown, or vice versa. Somebody might watch the breakdown before they watch the video about the live with the growth. These are gross. This is a gross number, $6,423 to work the circle. Before I go any further, I want y'all to put in them comments, because maybe I'm crazy. I might be crazy, because to me, 12 days worth of running, grossing $6,423, that seems like a good number to me. I'll tell y'all why in a minute, but that seems like a good number. Y'all let me know if $6,423 over a 12-day period is a good number. I'm gonna give y'all a second and before we get to going even deeper about this circle. But that's what we did in 12 days, just running that circle. That when I told y'all about the circle, I told you where we're not going, but like going all the way out to the west. I told you about when you get to the outside of the circle to find your key points to get back in. We gave the tips and tricks. We talked about the triangle within the circle, which is for me is Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin. We talked about other triangles before, like from Atlanta over to like, what do we say, Memphis, and then we talked about the different triangles in that thing, like from Louisville to Detroit over to Chicago, back to Louisville. We talked about all those, St. Louis to Louisville up to Chicago. We talked about various triangles. So yeah, $6,423 in 12 days. Me and Chip decided to run and go a little ape. That's that OTR. Remember, again, I'm gonna put these caveats in there because we're gonna have some people that don't know the numbers, and I'm not mad at it because they new to the fam. They might have got their information from the TikTokers. They might have got them from the IG. They might have got them from the people that don't go OTR, the ones that don't stay local. They might get them from regional. They might be getting their numbers from people that drive 18-wheelers or box trucks. We drive cargo vans over here, baby. So $6,423 in a 12-day time period. I'm gonna go to these comments right quick because I gotta highlight the fam, and we're gonna come back and break this down just a little bit. What's going on, fam? I see you in the bill. I love Finesse be in this thing. What's going on? Ariana, is Adrian with you? What's going on? I see here, man. I got something for Adrian. I mean, not Adrian, Andrew. I'm sorry, Ariana, Andrew. It's too many people. It's too many A's. Andrew, I got something for you. I got something I want to mention to you. I ain't gonna do it now. Just keep watching the videos because I got something for you. Y'all gonna be like, man, BG, why you do that? getting it. The quicks. Chip working that circle. He worked good too. He was on it. I ain't even mad at him. That's why I'm letting him get a rest right now. He getting a break. He doing good out there. What's going on, fam? Look at you. Let me hold $1. Get out of here. Don't come in talking about let me hold $1. That's the missus. She take all the dollars. I need to ask her to hold $1. Hey, I thought it was amazing too, fam. That's what I thought. And They sound sweet to me. It sounds sweet to me. And when our Chip was out there, he was making the sweet music on that road. All I had to do is hold the steering wheel. He did all the hard work. I ain't even mad at him. But yeah, I'm gonna break down a couple reasons why. And this is the gross number. Remember, $6,423. The reason I want to talk about this number because we do have fam that's new. We do have fam that's learning the game, and it can be. I don't want to say misrepresentation. Is that a good word? The information that you can get coming from so many different places, like I said, from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, people putting up their numbers. And I'm not knocking nobody. This is just from my personal opinion. People putting up their numbers. People make comments everywhere. Some people aren't even in the game. They got something to say that'll be like, oh, that ain't enough for me. And I just sit there and read them because I believe, and this is my personal opinion. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody. This is BG's opinion. I told you a long time ago and many lives ago that my mama was one of them. She was a stickler on numbers. And growing up, for some reason, I feel like as the world, we've gotten away from numbers. And I don't think people truly understand numbers. I say that because it doesn't just equate to money. It equates to everything. Like, and we've talked about this before. We live in America. It's 340 million. Rounded up, I say 350. But it's 340 million. If you take the top 10 cities in America and add them up, that's like 20 million people. We've done this before, and that don't even make up 1% of all the people in America. But most of the information you see on social media comes from where? The major cities. But people, I just feel as a whole, we lack in understanding numbers. And that lack makes us think of stuff that are in, and put ourselves in positions. That's a better way to put it. Put ourselves in positions that we don't truly understand because we don't know the numbers. Like somebody might see numbers on the screen from a YouTube video or anybody saying what they make doing transportation, anything, cargo van, box truck, big rig. Then they'll be like, oh, that's not enough. Or they might say it's enough. And then there are people that have put up numbers. That's why we talk about cost of living and knowing your cost per mile, CPM and COL, because you truly have to understand the number, not just to get in this business, but so that you succeed instead of setting yourself up for failure in this business. So when I tell you the number of 12 days of $6,423, some people will be like, that's not enough. Or remember, I told you when we do videos, they'll see videos and I'll be like, oh, BG. Like when I did the Max Creek to Kansas City load. Somebody will see that video and be like, man, I wouldn't have did that for $275. I would have needed by $2, $3. And I'm just sitting there. And I've told y'all before, it's not about the one number. It's about the big picture. Because again, you got to look at the big picture of the number. They will see the $275. Or they might be like, when I did Charleston, West Virginia to Vicky, that was $1 on the dot. Nah, man, I needed the whole thing because they don't understand the number of expediting. Because remember, I say everything in numbers. Expediting versus partial shipments off a box truck and or a big rig. That involves numbers, and I'll break that down. I normally use the word volume when you hear me when I say go to this city because they got more volume, or within the circle, the northern part. If I say from Memphis all the way across that imaginary line from Memphis, be in the middle like imaginary line, the northern part of the circle has more volume, as in loads, than the southern part. But the crazy part is the northern part of the circle has less Sprinter vans than the bottom part of the circle. There's less volume at the bottom of the circle, but there's more Sprinter vans. There's more volume at the top part of the circle, but there's less Sprinter vans. I say that because, why? That's sheer numbers. When you're like, BG, how you moving like that? Well, when I'm in certain places, there's less of me there. That was like that tips and tricks when I said I wouldn't go down to Dallas. The numbers in Dallas is more cargo vans, more of me in Dallas than the number that are sitting in Oklahoma. And since I was already in between the two, most people aren't gonna, the number of people aren't gonna want to leave Dallas to go to Arkansas. Or because remember when I went to Arkansas, which was Gentry to Carlton, that was a little over 300 miles. It's like 310 or something like that. Most people aren't gonna want to deadhead 310 miles. Your boy will, because in my mind, I'm gonna go get it and bring it back. That was that video. Remember, I'm saying it like this because I want you to start correlating the titles of the videos and what we're talking about. Because remember, I told you it's a storyline, it's a journey. You don't just turn to the last page and read. I know some people do just to get an insight, but you don't turn to the last page. You read the book page by page by page. But most people might flip the book open, be at chapter 8. They don't know what happened in chapter 1 through 7. But if you remember when I say go back and watch the videos, there's a reason. Because like when I tell somebody I'll go get it and bring it back, we use the Gucci Mane reference and all that stuff. That's because it's a story behind it. So most people won't go get it and bring it back. That's a number. There's some that will, but that number that will go get it and bring it back is a lot lower than the number that will go get it and bring it back. That's why your boys stay moving. But then they'll say, I won't do it. Now, granted, that's $6,423. When we make the video that's going to drop like the next video or two, when you hear the breakdown of subtracting the gas and all that stuff, and you see the final number, it's going to start driving that point home a little bit. Be like, man, after you take out this, and this is what you left with for business and cost of living. Some people will be like, I can't do that. And there's going to be a number of people that's going to be like, I can do that. But before I keep going, I see this. Y'all going live over here. Let me catch up. Let's see. Chip even got a spot day. He need another one, but I didn't do nothing with him because we came home, did the load Friday. That one, y'all gonna see that video. That was a crazy one. And so me and Chip got back a little late Friday. And then Saturday we had other stuff going on, and then today is Sunday. I don't do nothing on Sunday. Chip knows this. We watch football, we do one-on-ones, and then we do lives. Your boy Chip, me and him, he get the rest, I get the rest. So yeah, he ain't got a spot day. He need one right now, but we don't know if that's gonna happen because time to get back moving. Let me see. Let me track him. He's sitting in South Georgia, Florida. Morning drop. Hey, tell him I said, hey, congrats on that. I love them Friday pickups, Monday drop off. But yeah, I got something. He gonna when he see this, and when I got what I got in mind, and don't worry, it's a couple of y'all. I don't want y'all to think I'm just talking to Ariana and Andrew. When I say what I gotta say, because y'all know your boy, I call people out in a minute. It's a few people in here that I'm gonna call out. I just mentioned them because she spoke first, but it's a few of y'all I'm calling out. And when I call y'all out, it's gonna make you feel some type of way in the beginning, but you're gonna get over it because you know y'all love you, boy. I love you too. Let's see. Boss man, are there any factoring companies that to use that are solid? I don't know any other ones. I only use OTR Solutions. That's what it's been since day one, so I can't even lie to you. I don't know what the other ones look like, what they do, how they work. I can give you an example with OTR Solutions. I know for me, after you've been doing enough loads with them, they start offering incentives. Like they got bank accounts with them. Like I just use it for maintenance. They can work with you on a percentage. It started out at 4%, but it's down to like 2%. Like they can work with you on little stuff like that. But that's the only one. I don't know how the other ones work. I know they call a lot. Like even Loves, other people call a lot and offer stuff to bring you over to their side. Just not haven't done that because you know your boy. Loyalty. I was playing, but yeah, it's still loyalty there. Unless they do something to just throw me off, they got teams and your team person be your team person the whole time. So I deal with good people. So I ain't had a reason to leave. So I only know OTR Solutions. Yeah, see, OTR Solutions pretty solid. What's going on? You've been moving, fam. I'm waiting on mama to get back on that camera. Just tell her I'm waiting on her. She need to get me back to laughing. I love listening to mama tell some stories. Those that y'all don't know because we talk so much. Terry, that's the transporter. Go on over to TikTok and look up the transporter. He be getting it in. And that's everybody just talking. They just talking to each other. But yeah, let's talk about it. So when I hear 6,423, regardless of that's gross, I want y'all to think about it. And this ain't the actual number. This is not the actual number. I'm going to reiterate. This is not the actual net number. 6,423 is the gross number. I'm going to make up a figment net number. This, no matter how many times I say that, somebody's still going to get this wrong. This is not the actual net number. Out of 6,423 gross, if I told you netted $4,000 out of that, not the actual number. That's saying that you spent $2,423 on randomness, whether it been oil changes, food, gas, whatever you spend it on. This is not the actual number. 4,000 net is a made up number. I'm going to give you the real number in the video. I'm using this for just general purposes. If I tell you, you can go out there and make 6,423 gross in 12 days. And after you take out all your expenses, you're left with $4,000. That $4,000 need to be split up, obviously, between business costs and your cost of living. There are people out there that would tell me that that number is crazy. We're gonna break it down in a minute. And then there's some people that are gonna say, yes, I would do it. The reason I say that, because let's talk numbers. Like the median income in America right now, it went up. It's roughly like $42,000 a year. That can be individual or household. It ranges from person to person. It all depends on who you're talking to. We're just going to use the number. 42,000. If you do 4,000 times 12, that's 48,000. That's basically saying if you can duplicate this every 12 days, or at least 15, let's say half a month worth of work could generate 48,000 a year. Now, granted, let's go a step further. Keep up with me now. If you get lost, tell me in the comments. If you do half a month's of work every single month for the entire year and are able to make 48,000, that's with you, no breaks. You just 2 months a week, 2 weeks a month, 2 weeks at the beginning of every single month. This is hypothetical. 2 weeks every single beginning of the month, and you're able to make $4,000 within that 2 week take home, not net, take home. That equates to you making 48,000 a year. And when you condense it, that means you made $48,000 a year in 6 months, because you're only working half the month. 6 months. So when I tell you numbers and giving it to you, we simplify. I told you everything is numbers, division. We might be 2 weeks times 12 and all that stuff. But after you simplify it down into simple division, that's saying that you would make $48,000 before taxes within a 6 month period. When you hear numbers like that, does that even make you want to learn how to do something different? It ain't got to be this transportation thing. It could be everything, anything, because I know this isn't made for everybody. And I'm not trying to talk nobody into coming over here. I'm just using raw numbers for the people that are already in the game. Those that are sure up and hard up, know they want to come in the game, getting raw numbers to say, working 2 weeks. And this, granted, we're going to go a little deeper because I know everybody don't run like me over the road. I'm going to break it down a little bit better. But that's just saying, if I was running like BG, because there are people out there that do it, some people run harder than me. Some people make more money than I do in a 2 week period. I'm just using my raw numbers because I can't talk for somebody else's number. So then, if I break that down, that's a 2 week period. But I go ahead and say, hey, man, because y'all seen your boy do it. You don't have to go over the road. But you've seen it in other videos. If you don't know I'm talking about, new fam, go back and watch the other videos. I've showed where we've stayed local and we still run 3 days and pull in 1,000 for the week. That's gross. But if you run 3 days a week and still can pull in 4,000 gross and you stand local, so you're using less gas, locally me running, I can still keep it around after gas, because obviously I'm not really doing much eating. If I'm local, I'm eating sandwiches and stuff from the house and all that stuff. I'm normally pulling in, if I use the numbers and say it for the whole month, because numbers are a big thing. If you stay local and I say $1,000 a week, that just means roughly $3,000 a month, which equates to 36 a year. But you're only working 3 days out the week. We've done this multiple times. I can run inside this triangle and get $300 to $400 per load, which will make that 3 days. That'll be what, $900 to $1,200 within 3 days, depending on the rate I can get it for. I'm telling y'all the numbers because I want to give you different options. You don't have to all go with OTR like we just did and make the 64-23. This is just, I feel like going ape. I'm just giving you the numbers for yourself. And because you've seen it, we got receipts over here, baby. It's in videos in the past, and I just want to discuss that because I'm talking about the triangle over here. But there's triangles everywhere within the circle. And so I'll use an example, and they probably gonna kick my tail after they hear me say the example. If you haven't, go over to the Quicks channel after this. After this, not right now while we live. Go after this. You'll see that they have many videos where they talk about the local work they do, the regional work they do, and it's just because you'll see when you go to their video, but I'll give you a snippet of it, just a tad bit. They're in that northern part of that circle. You'll figure it out when you watch their videos. I've been told y'all to go subscribe. I told y'all this. Everybody, that's why I just told you about the transporter. Everybody that's fam over here, if you got YouTubes and TikTok or whatever you post your stuff on, just go over there. And I don't see them in here, but we got more roles. That's part of the family. They post stuff. I'm just randomly thinking off the top of my head, but just go and you'll see these same individuals in the family that's moving around and doing stuff. You just saw we talked about it where Ariana says Andrew down in Florida. So the fam is here. Ariana, I just gave you a snippet, and everybody else that I'm gonna call out, you kind of got a snippet, but I'll talk about that later. But yeah, when I'm talking about the numbers, because everybody's number is different, everybody's want is different, whether it's regional. I've seen people that just want to stay local. I've seen people that just can't wait to get out and go OTR. And I say that because if you look at everybody in the fam that's here, that comment, and I put them up before they come in, I tell y'all who they are. We ain't even hiding it. Everybody over here shows receipts, fam. I'm not showing receipts just for myself. The fam is telling me they receipts because I can see theirs too. It's almost like we sharing receipts. And if you're not tapping into all of us, you won't understand the receipts, all the numbers. And I'm trying to get y'all to understand it because all of us do something different. Like I can run the whole circle. The Quicks, they like to do the northern part of the circle. They'll drop down into the southern part, but they ain't going too far into that southern part of that circle. They might go down into the Missouris and stuff, but you ain't getting the Quicks going all the way down to Louisiana. They ain't got no reason to because they can make their money up there. We got the transporter, Terry. That boy gonna work that eastern seaboard all day long, up and down, and he's eating. Andrew, like me, we run all over the place. We don't care where the money is. That's all of us in this family is where the money resides. I'm just giving you numbers and giving you examples with receipts so that you understand that as a family over here, the information that we give and we share has receipts behind it. So all the new family, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you better get to watching. So back to what I was saying. Whatever you need, whether it's local, regional, or OTR, it can be done if you're doing it the smart way. And all of us over here have bumped our heads quite a few times in learning the smart way that works best for us. And you're going to learn it for yours as well. We just tell you our ways. I just talk about the circle because we got so many fam all over the place and some people just ready to get out there and do it. And matter of fact, I don't know if he in here like Cole. He wants to run. You ain't even got to go. He don't have to go far because Cole is up in Ohio. You'd be surprised. I told you, I know where all y'all be at. We talk a lot. I know who in Atlanta. I know who in Ohio. I know who in Tennessee. I know everybody. I know who in Phoenix. I know who in California. Because I understand numbers and the goal is to help. That's why we talked about this $6,423. Because again, if I went over there and said this exact same number on TikTok, and y'all know y'all can vouch, y'all probably seen it on TikTok because I see y'all commenting on other TikToks. They would literally say, BG, you crazy. I would not do that. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. There's no benefit in this business. You're going to be in debt. You're going to be in this. And I'm like, me and the fam that's over here running and talking because we stay quiet. Matter of fact, don't even really talk to the transporter on TikTok because he just going to look at you and laugh because he did the same thing. He tried to give out the information and you get tired of it. I ain't going to lie. You get tired of people just always having something to say. I just don't care. My I don't care meter, I won't even say it's this small. It really ain't existed. I don't care because at the end of the day, the people that normally do the talking don't even understand the numbers and they don't have the numbers to talk about. But we got numbers and receipts over here. I'm finna go down. I'm finna go somewhere with that. But before I do, because y'all been talking, y'all is crazy. Let's see. I saw where y'all started. All right, so yep, look how fast that worked. Already subscribe to the channel. They already subscribed to the Quicks. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead in there. See the Quicks. I just said it. Midwest and Mid-South regional. I'm telling you, you know your fam. I'm telling you, the Quicks is getting theirs, how they getting that. This is just talking. No, just regional at the moment. Sign on. There's nothing wrong with that. We're gonna, matter of fact, we'll talk about that another live. We talked about it before, but I want to separate a live just for that carrier and dispatcher thing. That's just the Quicks telling them that can be lucrative and to keep running. Crazy. Talking about we got receipts over here. Let's see. We know you like OTR. We know you like OTR. We be OTR. That's Sean. Don't worry about Sean. Sean be having me rolling. Man, I saw that too. He talking about I seen people that go to Maine. I saw somebody go to Maine. Now, I'm not knocking you if you already live up in New York and Connecticut and all that. I'm not knocking you. But for me, I told y'all my theory. I told y'all I got to be able to get home within a 24-hour time period. And I've already tested those ropes and know that, for example, I can go to Florida, the bottom of Florida, like Miami, and I can go to Los Angeles. And if we go north, I can go up to top of Michigan, top of Illinois, stuff like that, Wisconsin. Not the top of Wisconsin, like halfway through Wisconsin. But I couldn't get to like Oregon or Maine and get home. So for me, I ain't going out there. But if y'all there go, power to you, because getting out of Maine, and we've talked about this before, that's the numbers. Remember, we talked about numbers in the circle where all the volume is at. The volume of stuff that is created or made up north, because they make stuff, but they don't just ship it everywhere. It normally stays in their region. Most stuff in Maine don't ship all the way down to like Louisiana. You see what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on where you're at. Quick said it best. Know where your money is. It can be done and done well. Exactly. I'm telling you, I can do the same thing. That's 6,423. I can do it staying in Texas. It's just I'll be wanting to get there faster. I can make it a lot faster moving around. And your boy, I squirrel in a minute. So I got to keep moving, because if I get stagnant, I'm also like Forrest Gump. I'm the Forrest Gump of this cargo van game. I will run and run and run, and then I'll be like, I'm tired, and go home. I don't care where I'm at. I will go home. And so if you get me somewhere and I'm just moving and I'm stagnant, I'm going to go home. And that defeats the purpose of helping y'all, because then y'all be like, BG, why we don't see no videos? Because I went home like Forrest Gump. Terry said, go where you can win it. Everybody wins different, I promise you. That's why I tell y'all so many places. That's why I share with the fam. The fam shares with us, because it's so many places we can't go. Like for me, I ain't going to Florida. But Terry, I'm just saying Terry because y'all see Terry. But the transporter, that dude will run down to Florida in a heartbeat. Of course, he's going to get a Cuban sandwich, and I'm going to get one too when I'm down there. But he's going to get a Cuban sandwich, and he's going to let us see the sandwich to make us feel bad that we didn't go to Florida to go get one. But I'm not going to go there. Y'all got to go over his page and see it for y'allself. He cracking jokes. We crack jokes over here. Quick telling the transport is for him, and he was like, nope, I went once and I ain't going again. The Northeast ain't far from Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. Like wherever you go, depends on where you're at. Because for somebody like me, even though I'm not going to, but when I did a few times, for me to run to Los Angeles, that's within a day. But if you stay out in Atlanta or Florida, Jacksonville, for you to run to Los Angeles, that would just be crazy. It wouldn't make a bit of sense for you. Or if you stay in, I don't know, Ohio, for you to run to California, or for somebody to California talking about they run to West Virginia, it just don't make sense unless the money was right. Then you just got, because wherever you land is where you play it. And we've talked about that in other videos. Wherever you go out, I told y'all before, Friday pickup, Monday drop off, that's the long haul. Wherever you land at, that's where you play it. The good thing about it is it's the way the circle is made up. I never told y'all that. Wow. I never told y'all that. So if you look at the numbers within the circle for the circle, not outside the circle, just the circle. Inside the circle alone, up and north is roughly about 1,000 miles, maybe 1,100 or so, depending on if you start, like, say at the bottom, like obviously a major city like Houston, and you run up to Chicago. You're roughly looking at around 1,100 miles. But if you look from coast to coast, and the coast to coast with the biggest city like Atlanta, and you run over to, because we're in the circle, to like a St. Louis, you're looking at roughly right at 800. It's like 7 something or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It's right at 800. So I say that because when y'all saw BG and y'all was like, whoa, you moving. You heard the numbers. You know your boy had to be doing roughly 1,000 miles. I was basically triangle pointing the circle. I was hitting corner to corner to corner to corner. I'll explain that in a minute. But normally wherever you landed is where you play, but as you play, it can move you around. For example, if I leave out of Houston and I end up 1,100 miles and say Chicago, because the northern part of that circle is where all that money is, you can end up from Chicago to St. Louis or Chicago to Louisville or Chicago over to Ohio. But then when you hit them 3 places, it might take you a little bit deeper. Like you can go from Louisville and end up in Memphis, or South St. Louis end up in Memphis, either one. And that can slowly get you to like Alabama, Birmingham, or it might drop you in Atlanta, but it can move you around because after you do the big haul, you want to keep that number. This is just me. If you drive like me, I normally say on that, after you do the home haul, I say, the reason I told y'all the numbers, I normally say 500 to 800 miles. Why? Because 3 hours equals 200 miles. 800 mile day is roughly 12 hours. I do that right? Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, that's roughly a 12-hour day. Obviously, it's going to be more than a 12-hour day when you stop for gas, the time it takes to get the load and get to where you're going. Normally, you won't be dropping off to the next day anyway. And we talked about that sweet spot number, 400 to 500 miles. Automatically, the broker going to be like next day unless you pick that thing up first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock. And depending on the time zone, if you cross it, because you can do that in like 6 to 7 hours and drop it off same day if they want it. But I tell y'all those numbers because when y'all saw me moving, which I'm going to break it down a little bit better in a second, you don't have to run 1,000 miles per day and wear yourself off. You hit that sweet number of 400, and if you're getting that dollar plus a mile, that means you're making $400 to $500 a day. If it's 700, obviously $700, it's just for sticking for $1 a mile purposes. Obviously, you want to get them for more than $1 a mile, but it helps you move around without, for one, burning yourself off. Because if you try to do, because I did it, and I'm going to explain to you what I did and how I felt. We're going to talk about that in a serious note, because I want y'all to see both sides, not just to get in the money side, like the body and how you feel side. You can do that and still be within a reasonable. That's why I say that 800, like from Atlanta, like to St. Louis, but you can't just run back and forth from like the distance of Houston to Chicago, drop off Chicago and drive back to Houston, then go back. And don't do that. And hold on, I see y'all talking before I break this down. Let's see. I appreciate all the info. I'm currently getting my cargo van business started. Thanks be as a little. Hey, fam, that's what we over here doing. If you read the comments, that's what they're all over here doing, fam. We all here to help you. That's why that's why I be telling you the pages of the fam, because I promise you, they got videos over there too. We watch that too. I got to play catch up because, man, y'all been dropping videos. I see them pop up, but which I'm about to break down. By the time I stop, it ain't no watching no video. I told y'all this a long time ago. That's why I dedicate Sundays to y'all, because during the week, when I stop, it's one thing. When I'm out there getting it, I'm driving, sleeping, because I eat while I drive, or I eat before I go to sleep. If I got time, depending on the hotel I'm at, but I'm eating before I go to sleep, relaxing and chilling, go to bed, wake up, drop something off. And I'm gonna break that down in a minute. Let's see. See, Quick, Ariana's telling you got that. Quick saying ditto. Stick with the fan. We here for you. That's what we do over here. Anybody sleep in your van when not loaded. That's what I'm about to get to, because a lot of fam do. And y'all let me over talk to that. T Mix is getting the van thing started, getting his business started. For one, we're gonna tell you congrats in advance. Because not only is you over here with the winning team, we all fam over here. We winning. Congrats in advance for the success that you gonna have. We put blessings on people's future. We love it over here. But to answer your question about anybody sleeping in your van when not loaded, I'm not finna lie to you. I sleep in that thing when I'm loaded. And that's what I'm about to break down. So you know your boy BG. I told you this before, and this ain't up for y'all. I mentioned it in, matter of fact, the Friday pickup and that we did in where's we at? Conyers, Georgia. And we went to Nisho, and I told you, because y'all know we sometimes pick up and drop off, especially drop off in the middle of nowhere. And that was a weekend drop off, and it wasn't nothing in New York show. So I drove past it and went to Miami, Oklahoma, and spent the weekend there. Now, I understand that. I tell y'all this from my point of view. When your boy out there running, I'm like, I cracked that joke about LeBron James and Tom Brady. Like me, I'm gonna take care of my body. I'm 20 years in the military. I have slept in the craziest places, airports, digging holes in dirt, sleeping on cots underneath the night sky. Like I've slept in, 6'3" on a cot. Y'all know cots ain't that big. And I'm not talking about the new cots they got. I'm talking about them old school green cots with the metal frames, them kind of cots. I've slept in all types of crazy situations. So now, especially at the age I am, when your boy got time, I'm going to get that hotel. That's part of the breakdown we finna talk about when we're talking about the drive and the body and all the stuff you do to yourself. But I'll sleep in that thing, especially if I got an 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock drop off and I don't get there to 1, 2, 3 in the morning. That don't make sense to pay for a hotel for 5, 6 hours when I know I'm just going to get back out of there. So I don't do that. That's when it comes time to sleep in a van. And that correlates to, I didn't even think to say this, when people always say, BG, why did you get a van that big? I see you normally have small pallets or a pallet or two. That's one of the reasons why. Y'all seen the Lowe's. We've done quite a few where it filled up the whole entire van. There wasn't no room back there. The van was full. And we, luckily on those levels, we was blessed to go and get them up out of there and then have to worry about it. But for those ones that be that 1 pallet, 2 pallet, it's like that because if I'm going somewhere and I get tired or I need to take a quick break, I have enough room in the back of that van that I'm going to blow that air mattress up and I'm going to lay down. Your boy will take in a minute. It ain't nothing for me to go night or day. It don't matter the time, because that's one thing about us over in this cargo van lane. Our hours are not the same. We can run at night, and then the very next day we can be driving during the day, and then you can go get somewhere before you know it, you're driving at night again. But our sleep it's irregular. You gonna get it when you get it because it's time to go night. So yes, I do sleep in the van when it's time to take that cat nap or that quick nap. This is just me. I'm not gonna ever spend a weekend in the van. I'm gonna go in because I got time. I'm going to the hotel. That's a lot of time. But I always advocate for y'all to go in the hotel. And I'm gonna give you an example. We made the $6,423. I left out on a Friday to start the load. I dropped off Saturday because I drove straight there. And then I went from Saturday, it's right to the next location. So I stayed in the hotel because it was still early. Saturday night, Sunday night, and left out on Monday. So I spent 2 nights in the hotel. For those 2 nights in the hotel, I spent $230 or $240. It was either $115 or $120 per night. So it was either $250. That was with taxes and stuff. So it was either like $230 or $240, one of the two. And then that was the first weekend. And then the next weekend, when I went to Miami, Oklahoma, I got there on Friday, but I stay in hotels so much. I was with Hilton or Choice. This was a Hilton hotel brand. Hilton points and Choice points, because those points run up fast. So because I was getting in so late at night, they went ahead and gave me, because I'm a diamond, they went ahead and gave me that free night. And so I only had to pay for the Saturday and Sunday, and that came out to $270. So total for the weekend, I'm saying this because I know y'all all ain't going to stay in the hotel every night, but at least get that weekend and let your body relax and rest. So if we just say $230, $270, that's $500. Get it. That part is something that I do for myself. So the reason I don't really share those numbers is because that don't even come out of this account. It's just me taking care of my body. It's something that I do I'll tell y'all all that for tax time, but it's something that I do for my body. It don't even come with the business. The business I told y'all was being built for the fam, so I don't even worry about that. That's whole separate money. But just to give y'all an example, that say you ran for $6,423 for that time period. You just put your body through all that driving, all that sitting in the van. And I'm not saying every night. I'm just talking about the weekends. I think the work you just put your body through and everything, I think it deserves. This is me personally. I think it deserves that $500 for those 2 weekends. 2 weekends to get out that van and get you some rest. Because the way my philosophy is, you either going to get that rest now, or you going to get that, your body going to get that rest in the end. And you don't know when that end going to come. And you don't want it to come faster because you didn't do the rest and proper maintenance and care for yourself in the beginning. And the end came faster. We see it in sports all the time. The people that take care of their bodies the best last the longest. So that's just my take on that. Y'all do with that as you please, because your boy gonna go get some rest. But as remember, 6,423 minus 500. But yeah, other than that, I do take cat naps in the van. I suggest everybody have somewhere to sleep in the van because you're not. I told you those times that you're dropping off and picking up, it moves so much. You're not always going. If you are one of those people that sleep in hotels, because believe it or not, there are a lot of us out there. I'm not the only one. Every night I pull into a hotel when I got time, there's either a box truck, more Sprinter vans, or 18-wheeler there. I've seen many 18-wheelers at the hotel, trailer and all. So yeah, it ain't just me. It's a lot of people that do it, fam. But for those of you, I understand getting started, getting your money up and all that. I just advise you at least get to sleep on the weekend in the hotel if you are going to go OTR and be out there over the road. During the week, though, no, go get it. I ain't me. I'm going to get a hotel. You do what you want as you please. I'll give you those numbers at the end of the year so you can do the comparison of your own self and decide what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. And I'll explain. I was just about to explain it, but y'all is over here going crazy in these comments. Yep. Andrew built the bed. Sean has a diesel heater in the back door and a thermostat on the wall. Don took video, just needs to put it up together. We tested tonight. I'm ready to see this thing. I told you that last time. Terry has the best example. Get the XXL cot. They got it. You don't got to do nothing. It just lets out right there and it puts up and stores away in the corner tucked away. Don't take up no cargo room. Let's see. Oh, that's putting up the channel name. Yeah, we're gonna get all that. I told y'all, fam, all the time. Put your channel up. Huge supporters of rest. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go. Y'all think I'll be going, but when I can straight shoot a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I know when it's time to go to sleep. This is my channel, I guess. I'll post the link on this live. That's a good one. Plus, stay with fam whenever you can. You don't know. I don't know. Everybody don't like. I should just thought about that. I'm not trying to be mean, but I know some of y'all don't like y'all fam. I get it. But if you got the fam that you do like, and friends, family and friends, and if you could stay with them, that really ain't a friend. That's more of a family member. So yeah, stay with your fam whenever you can. Should I start with my cargo van now or wait for the market to improve? That's a good question. I'm just going to be honest with you, and I might be totally wrong. But this is just my belief. When I pray about something, I talk to God about something, and He provides me with the information, the plan. I sit down and talk it over with my support system, family, spouse, whatever, however you label it, because normally for me, the way my life is set up, that's why I said what I said about the joke with friends and family, because I really don't have friends. I only got family. The people, that's just some growth that you do over time. That's development. That's what we talk about so much. You'll know what people over time remove out your life. So when I say support system, that's fam. Once I pray and God gives me that vision, gives me the plan, I talk it over with fam. There's no such thing as a market. There's no such thing as a right time. There's no such thing as a bad time or improvement time. It's when they say go. When I get the green light from the big CEO to say go, there's nothing you can do to stop it. I say it all the time in videos. What's for you is for you. What's for me is for me. I don't even know what time I came in. I think I started in like April or something. I don't even know what the market looked like. I know when people say the market looked down, people been saying the market was going to go down when all the tariffs and stuff. They've been telling us all types of stuff. But like I said, keep rocking with us over here because the fam is in the comments. And all of us, for lack of better words, still eating. So I don't know when this down market is. I'm not saying it ain't one. I'm not saying that the rates are good or bad. They work for us. But we also sticking to a plan and a strategy. We just discuss different plans and strategy. We tell what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and we bounce ideas off each other and we keep it pushing. Just because you see me in the video, that's why we do the lives. We still talk. That's why we do the one-on-ones. Because believe it or not, those same fam that you see coming, we do one-on-ones too. And we talk things through. We working on something to build so we can talk in an end-time moment. But that's probably, I told y'all, ain't going to come to the beginning of next year because we got to get through this year. We already got stuff on the books for this year. I say that. Look at this. Did we just have a business meeting? We got stuff on the books for this year. Yeah, that's gonna start at the beginning of next year. Just like so is all the meet and greets. That's all gonna be out through the beginning of all throughout next year, once a quarter. We got all this stuff coming. It's coming, fam. I promise you. But yeah, it ain't no such thing. You gotta go with what's best for you to market. I might be totally crazy because I've heard of it, but every time I was told to go outside, the market was working for you, boy. It only been like, I tell you, out of all the lows that we've done, I know off the top of my head that 3 lows that were just below what I would do it from. And that was, I tell you the one, very beginning, I picked up a load in Orlando that dropped off on Dallas. I picked it up on Saturday. That was in Florida. That's when I started learning about Florida. Got that one for 85 cents. There was a load that I picked up in Reno, Nevada, up there, like Spark, Nevada, whatever you call it, but it's all there together. That was going to Florida. And I got that one for 60-something cents, but it was supposed to be with another load that I already had for $1. But that's when Chip decided to take a vacation in middle of Las Vegas. That was the second one. And then this third one was the load I just took up to New Albany, Ohio. Oh, yeah, New Albany, Ohio for 85 cents. But that was a two-pick, basically a double up. And I already had the load for Trenton that was paying the $1 something to go up there. So I took it for 85 cents. But for the most part, if you look through the channel and look through the videos, your boy don't really run under $1. Everything is $1 plus. And the fam is out here getting it too. And over that time, as you see through some of the recent videos, that continued running and building networks have led us to start getting direct brokers. So, yeah, I don't know about everybody else. I can't speak for everybody else, but I haven't had the part of the down market. I just go where it's time to go. Sean just said his new channel is Louisville Cargo. I like it. So that means it's another channel. I gotta go follow that. And don't worry, I'm gonna click on all of them. Yes, family and friends. Yeah, market looked good to me. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else. It works for me. See, move when God says go. His timing is always perfect. That's how I feel. What's going on, Nelson, in the building? You've been rolling 2 weeks. Who is that? Who? Mike Jones. That boy say he's been rolling 2 weeks. Hey, man. I like seeing y'all out there getting it, fam. I like seeing you get it. So when I say we fam over here, for y'all that's new, you think that everybody in here just talking about, hey, Nelson, hey, Nelson, hey, Nelson. Like, you think we don't talk? We talk over here. We fam. I hear up and down from one person to the next. That's what I see. I hear all types of stuff. But when I walk outside, it's good. Rich is in the building. I see. Y'all think I be talking. I'm telling you, we fam over here. When I say they be talking in the comments, I'm just showing y'all now. They do this all day long. I just bring up the pertinent comments. They literally talk to each other in the comments. It's fam over here. I promise you. Great question, VG. To me, it's seesawing. I think it's good. Then it's times when I think it's saturated. Like he said, pray about it. That's all I do, fam. I can see it. I see the numbers. I can't tell you how many times I've been to Laredo and seen people sitting. Terry, the transporter, he not said on many times. He not showed the videos. People sitting around. I've showed videos. People sitting there, and I'm looking like, why are y'all sitting in Laredo? What you think finna happen? Remember, numbers. We've talked about that already. Out the gate, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go to Laredo, my mind is on two things really. Two. I can say 3. I'm gonna get to Laredo. On my way to Laredo, if I don't find nothing, when I drop off in Laredo, I'm already heading out of Laredo. After I get so far from Laredo, if I don't hear nothing pop up, I don't turn around. That's one of my metrics. I don't turn around unless I'm in the middle of nowhere and it makes no sense to go back and get it. I've done that before when we left out of Arizona, come in, and I've turned around. That was when me and the boy one was together. Turned around and picked up a load where I just dropped off it that was going to Dallas. Had to drive back like 100 miles to go get it. But it was either drive back 100 miles and go get it, or we was finna deadhead all the way to Texas. But other than that, Laredo, no. I'm going, first option, I better find it on the way there and on the way up out of there. I'm not sitting still in Laredo except to get gas to leave. And after I get out of there, the second point is it better pick up on the way to San Antonio, because for me in Houston, I don't have to go to San Antonio to get out of Laredo. I can go up towards 59 and get back to Houston. That's going through Corpus Christi way and all that. So it's a certain spot in that lane where I can still cut across to San Antonio. That's option 2. But once I pass that, I'm not turning around and go back for later 1, and 2, I'm not going back to San Antonio. So that leaves option 3. I'm headed to Houston. I'm headed home. So either something got to show up in Houston, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's ups and downs. Like it's those times when you hear me say, like the most recent one, when I left Neosho and I was going to KC, I saw all the lows popping up in KC. By the time I got there, though, the next day, there were no lows. And then I had to go back down to Sparta, Missouri, which if I would have sat still, I wouldn't have got the load from Max Creek to KC for $275. But that just would have meant I would have spent the whole extra day down in Missouri by Neosho, because Neosho and Sparta are like parallel to each other. See what I'm saying? But I move when I'm told to move. It's like some people call it a feeling. I call it God talking to me. And I just keep moving. So it's ups and downs. It all depends on how you look at it. That's everybody just sitting here. Y'all think I'll be playing? Hey, Rich. Salute. That's to Nelson and Rich. Keep it up, Mike Jones. Like this is fam over here. Everybody. Hey there, Rich. Everybody talks to each other. I just putting that up there real quick, real fast, so y'all see that we fam over here. Because y'all don't want y'all think we playing, because some of y'all don't see the comments because you see the live after the fact. It's just T-Mix saying appreciate the fam. I know. See, finally got it going. Who? Mike Jones. Because see, this is what y'all don't know. If you go back a few lives, I'll be putting it up. Mike Jones been rocking with us for a minute, and when he started and was telling all the stuff, he got it going now. It don't happen overnight. It's just a numbers game, and you pick it up over time. Let's see. They gave me a quote for insurance, $1,500,000 for $550 a month, and the cargo van payment $450. I have great credit score and clean record on my. Sounds good to me. That just we'll break that down a whole nother video. We mentioned it before. That means that coming out the gate, you need $1,000 a month, but that's a whole nother cost CPM of what it'll take to run your van. Just rough guess without knowing your COL, cost of living. When you talk about CPM, this is a rough one. I'm giving you a rough one. Say your payments and all that, $1,000 a month between insurance and van. Then when you factor in gas, not knowing where you stay at, I'm just using the circle as a reference. This is rough numbers again. So I'm saying $1,000 for your payments. If you run in that circle, like we just said, that 1,000 up, 800 across, even though you ain't got to run the whole thing, I go high end. That's your boy BG. That's what I do. You're going to roughly spend about $2,000 to $3,000 a month in gas. So let's go high end. That's $3,000. So we have $4,000 a month between van and gas. That means you would, that's if you're running, that says you're running. So if you're running that much in a month, $3,000 in gas a month means that you should, remember, come in here, dollar per mile. And you're going to get over that if you run around the circle as your time goes. So that means off rips, you should be making close to $4,000 to $5,000, but you should get that. When I do this breakdown, it's going to blow y'all mind. You should be getting that $4,000 to $5,000 in no time, because it don't take that much mileage wise for gas. Gas per mile and $3,000 in gas does not mean $3 a mile. That would be sucky if you only got $1 per mile in gas. So if you're doing $3,000 in gas, that means you roughly should be doing around $9,000 to $10,000 a month. That's rough guess. That's saying if you run everything around $1 a mile, it could be 90 cents, it could be $1.10. When I give y'all these numbers in the next video, y'all blow your mind. But $3,000 in gas should be roughly about $10,000 a month. A gross. So take away the $1,000 and $3,000 and leave you with $5,000. I don't know your cost of living. Leave $1,000 over there for the business. That leaves you $4,000 a month to live on. Of course, the numbers can go up or down depending on how you run the region, but I'll give you a better breakdown. That's rough off the top of my head. And that's with the rate staying between 90 to $1.10. I normally go in the middle. That's just rough guess. How you like it, Mike? They talking again. Well, hold on. Hard to find the channel with the recent plane incident. Comment on the live later so we can go directly. What you mean? Did I miss something? I probably missed something. I be talking. I be missing something. I'll catch up. Rich said, real quick, I had a load that the receiver couldn't offload and had to take back to the shipper, charge them $400 to go, $325 to take it back, plus 3 hours detention on 186. You had to take it back? Why they couldn't get it off? So you got paid to go, and then you charge them another $325 to take it back. $400 to go, $325 to take it back, plus 3 hours detention. I don't see nothing wrong with that, because that means you did get paid to go, and that's what you just got paid to go back with the 3 hours detention, if I understand that correctly. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm confused on how come they couldn't take it back, but you always charge them if you got to take anything back. So here, come here. Come here. If you make a rate based off of the broker to do anything, and we've talked about this before in other videos, you make a rate to do anything. If something comes up outside of the detention that's in the BOL, not the BOL, the rate con, whatever the agreement is and the rate con, what they say, after that, the price starts to become on you. So if I got to take something back, my rate has just changed. It ain't the same thing that it was going. Now it's my rate. Say if I win $1 going, and that's why you got to know your numbers. It might have been, they might have paid me, say, for example, $1 going. If I got to take something back, your number just might have went up to $1.20, $1.25 to go back. You see what I'm saying? Or like if we say no touch cargo, no touch freight. If I get there and I got to do some work, now you're working on my rate. This is what it costs for me to work. So keep that in mind. Always charge for what you need when you're doing something. Bro, I went to Winnipeg, Canada for $2. Is that bad? It was 1,000 miles. So you went 2,000. You got paid $2,000 to go 1,000 miles. Where, for one, I don't know where you're from, but let me see. This is real time, fam. Give me just a second. Winnipeg. Let's see. I got to see what end of the Canada that's in. I'm sorry. I don't know just all the routes in Canada. Winnipeg. So I don't see nothing wrong with going. It's about getting back in because it's different parts of Canada. So you went, like, for example, say if you would have went into Canada over there on Toronto side. Toronto side, you right there back to Detroit is right there. But you went in on the Winnipeg side, which means to get back anywhere near the money, for one, you got to get back packed because North Dakota and South Dakota know. This is stuff you got to think about, which I owe y'all that video. Man, when you're thinking about the back end or the front end, on this case, it's the back end. To get back into anywhere, the closest I see that you would possibly run across money is Minneapolis, and that ain't a high priority. Outside of that, you got to get all the way back down into like Des Moines, Iowa, or over towards Milwaukee. So that's what you got to think about. You got to know the hot spots to come back to get back to when you go outside of something like that. It's great money going out. That's the same with Florida. Florida, you can get good money going in, but what is it going to take you to get back out? So, for example, Miami, you can get the money going in, but to get out of Miami, to get back to some decent money, you got to get all the way up into Georgia, like at the closest, Savannah, Pooler. After that, it's Atlanta, but that's going to take you like 600 or so miles to do all that. Versus, you're in Winnipeg. How many miles is it? Let's just see. Minnesota. So that ain't bad. To get from Winnipeg back to Minneapolis is roughly 400 and something miles, 456. That's not bad. It's roughly outrighted, a little over a tank of gas, depending on what the mountains and stuff look like. But that's where you got to get back to when you get the money. You got to think about that. It paid good going, but then you got to start doing a reverse engineering. You might get paid $2 going, but by the time you factor coming back, does that $2 drop to $1.75? Does it drop to $1.50? What will it take to get you back to where you're in the money? Because most likely you're not going to get anything out of Winnipeg unless it's crossing right back into the border to like to North Dakota, because I know like in Minot Air Force Base, because I had to go up there TDY, Minot has a place where you can go back and forth right into Canada, and if it's something like that, then great. If not, you got to worry about how you're gonna get back in. Hey fam, I'm here, but about to roll out and do a little night ride. Heading up that road. Hey, true. You be safe on that road, fam. You be safe on that road. VG, that's a good rate, but what's the cargo insurance and the GL, and is that for OTR? That's a good question, because are you telling them that you going unlimited, going 500 miles? Because they ask these things. Is your van gonna be 500, 250? Are you staying in the state? They ask those questions. Oh, never mind. Y'all are asking. See, I'm playing catch up. That's OTR unlimited routes. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Everybody just telling Trey to stay safe as always, fam, up in there talking to each other. I'm not the only one. They go Terry. I'll do the tank of gas. Hey, that's why I tell you, I'll just be sharing what y'all do. It works for me. If it don't work for y'all, and I'm gonna explain all these numbers later. They asking if it's comfortable sharing who that insurance rate through, because that is a good number. Ariana letting everybody know, because that winter time is coming. Costco got heated blankets. Get on it. 923 insurance is progressive. They already thanking Ariana for them heated blankets, because you're gonna be in that van. So we're gonna talk about all that, nothing but get them heated blankets if you ain't got one. I'm new, fam, but because of this information, I'm getting out of this semi truck and into a van until I get my cargo van. Hey, I ain't mad at you, fam. Hey, I've seen, we got you're not the only one. We got a bunch of fam that's got out of semi trucks, box trucks, that's in the cargo vans. We got some that's saying they planning on going. I remember the first one made me laugh. It was the one where I did the load that went from Houston to Dallas, and then I found something right outside of Dallas that went to Pensacola, Florida. And the money that was made out of that, and he was like, that's crazy. I've been running 3 loads around Dallas. They were paying him 50 cents a mile, and by the time he, pick up load, go to the shipper, pick up load from shipper, go to receiver, gotta wait time, and then he got to get his sleep, because at the end of the day, I had already left Houston, ran up to Dallas, and then picked up in Dallas and ran over to Pensacola, Florida. I did all that, and in that time period, I think the load, because the load from Dallas to Pensacola was like 700. That was the one we did with the 4 boxes of pillows. But we ran some, I think, toilets or some sinks up to Dallas from Houston, something like that. But all together, it came out to like $1,100 or $1,200. And he was like, man, I've been running for like 3 days, making 50 cents a day, and I ain't even made that. So we got fam jumping out all the time coming over here. Just whatever works best for you. And go to them comments that's welcome them Black Magic on over here. This is fam talking, so y'all got to just be in the live if you want to see it. I'll be up here all day long trying to put up every single comment, because they just be up here talking to each other. See what I'm saying? They talking in the comments, but they're talking, these like speaking to each other. I'm not just eliminating information for y'all, but I got to make sure I get through everything before I let y'all get out of here. Damn, y'all is talking. They telling VG this is a light session in comparison to other lines. Just stick with us, because we just brushing through numbers right now. Just for they all knew, I'm big on development. That's my actual background. So this thing is turning to personal development, professional development, business development, because my background is development with business as the core. Okay, you from Minnesota, then you good. What's good, fam? You straight up there. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, when y'all if you right on the outside of the circle or in the circle, then yeah, you good. You went from Minnesota to Winnipeg for $2 a mile. Yeah, you good. You from Minnesota. Black Magic says, I want to have more flexibility and run on my own plan turns. When you out here in these semi trucks under someone else's authority, you can't do anything else. I've been trucking 21 years. That's why I do it, fam. Like I just said, we made $6,423 on gross on a 12-day run. If I decided to do nothing the rest of the week, and this ain't talking about nobody or none of that like that, but for most people in America, after you do the gross and we just threw a random number out there, remember it's random, y'all. I said 4,000. It's not that. I just threw a random out there. Most people don't make 4,000 in a month, and that's if we said that was the net. The net is higher than that. That was random. And we did that in 12 days. And now if we don't want to do nothing, we don't have to, or we can keep grinding. It's up to you. But the quicks, as you see, they said, it's the kind of freedom you want. But it's a hustle. You just got to go get it. And we go get it over here. So Rich say he got a friend who is concerned they require ELD on sprinters. Do you foresee them placing the restrictions in the future? Everything's a possibility if you ask me. That's why I made that video a while back where it's like you could be one of those people that can complain or you can take advantage of the situation, because there are a lot of people complaining right now, not taking advantage of the situation. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, this is an opportunity to get in. You build your network. Like for me, it's a network of brokers. For some people, it'll be direct contracts before they change anything. If changes happen, I don't know. Just like we've been waiting for the MC and Dot, one of them to be going away since last year. They tell us October last year. They told us October this year. It still ain't happening. I don't know. I don't worry about that stuff. Remember, I told you I don't worry about the brokers. I don't worry about this. I'm getting what my family need, and we talk and exchange information and share on the way. Other than that, I can't be concerned about anybody else. But the ELD is not a thing right now. I'm not going to wait and complain and see if it happens. This is just my opinion. So it could be a possibility to come in the future, but I know one thing about it. Until that thing happening, your boy finna run these streets. Me and Chip finna be all over. You seen us run that circle. I'm pretty sure in that circle, the way we ran it, I'm pretty sure ELD say no. But hey, it was safely. I wasn't in danger. I didn't put nobody else in danger. Wasn't tired. It's just, you know when to take breaks. You know how long your break should be. It's like being a responsible adult. But hey, I get it. Some things require restrictions because of the weight, the severity, the possibilities of injury. I get all that stuff. It makes sense. But for now, it's not a thing. So I'm sticking with it. That's the wifey with the song. I told y'all she putting out bangers. We got more to come. Somebody, Rich, they would have to change the rules, so I don't think so, but you never know. Yeah, that's a lot of rules they would have to change, because you got to think. Don't think just about us. Just think about local people as well, like people that have actual, like big companies, like that have cargo vans, like that work with cargo vans. Because when you think about, for example, it could be something as simple as a painter, or it could be something as sensible as an electrician. A van is a van, no matter how you do the work. This is just me just talking. You put that on there. How do you tell the difference between which type of van? You see what I'm saying? Like they broke down the rules to box trucks and 18-wheelers, and that even run locally. I know for Texas, they have certain things that change the time for how they run over the road versus staying in Texas. But Texas is big. So it all depends on what you're doing. So I've heard people ask me like, hey, you're in the Sprinter van, you got ELD? And it's like, I don't got no ELD. I haven't had nobody press it, but I've heard fam say that they couldn't get certain loads because the broker said they didn't have an ELD. It all depends, because they do they track me all other type of ways through different apps. So I don't know. It might be a possibility. I don't see it right now, and I'm not looking for it, and I'm not asking for it. That really would change the game for your boy, because you know me, I don't like to sit still. So I don't know if it happened. Everything's a possibility. I don't take nothing from nobody. Look what the world we in right now. Who saw this coming? All I know is we all got to do the best that we can and take advantage of the opportunities. Y'all know my motto, NOW, now, no opportunity wasted. So I'm taking advantage of the opportunity right now. I'm not trying to see if the market rates is going to go up or bad. If it's a good time, ELD's coming. I just give y'all the knowledge. I know it based off of how I feel and how I know. I've heard of that. You asking because won't onboard without ELD and won't override. That I've heard that. That's what I'm saying. And I don't know if those are the new brokers or the seasoned brokers. I don't know. I've heard a little bit of both. I've had one ask me and mention it to me, but I could tell that was one of the newer brokers, so I wasn't really worried about it. But they'll figure out a way, like you said, override it. I've had so much stuff override in the field. That's why I was saying about the MCs when everybody like, yeah, it got to be 12, it got to be 9, it got to be 6. I've heard everything. But when we talk about conversations, and we talked about this in the past, we ain't going over about the different acronyms and knowing how the game work and the different way to talk with business etiquette and be professional and smile so they can you can tell when somebody's smiling through the phone. I've been places, because I told you I pick up on the outskirts because I get away from the numbers of people. When you out there, For example, I saw a load that I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it because it was too big. When I was in Neosho, Missouri, nobody's going through Neosho, Missouri, and they wanted a box truck because it was 4,000 pounds. I don't care if you were in month one of your authority. If you're passing through Neosho, Missouri, and you call that with a box truck, they're gonna most likely give that to you because nobody else is hardly coming through that. It's not on the beaten path. That's what I'm saying. So when they want to, they can override stuff. I've had stuff overridden all the time. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Let's see. Quick say most brokers have tracking features, so we don't think LD will be a non-commercial vehicle. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Okay. But when they really need you, they will override it. I've had it happen. Quicks have had it happen. Like they gonna get it gone. If you're signed on with a carrier, but they only want their loads in your van when loaded, how would you handle that? So that basically is what, if I'm hearing that is direct. Basically, when somebody tells you all they want is their stuff in there and they want their stuff only, that means it's a direct shipment. Dedicated shipment. I'm sorry, not direct. Dedicated. A dedicated shipment. So you don't want nothing else in there. That means they need to pay you dedicated rates. Dedicated rates are above $1 a mile. When I'm showing you the $1 a mile, that's because I'm getting those partials and all that stuff. I haven't let the cat. Y'all gonna get it in the video, but because I love y'all and we straightforward, I'll let you the cat out the bag with a dedicated rate. The load I did yesterday that picked up in the Netherlands, Texas, that went to Corpus Christi, and y'all will see the video tomorrow. I'm gonna get y'all because y'all get early insight, early access. That was a dedicated load. It was the only thing going in there. They wanted it there. It was dedicated. It was 301 miles. They paid $750, $249 a mile. But you'll get that in the video. But you still have room. That's dedicated. That's catching up, playing that night riding. That's my line that I stole. You know it ain't stealing, fam. We fam over here. Hey, I do like what you did, though. I do like what you did. I tell you, this how we fam over here. I'll put that back up because this how we fam. They're talking. That's the transport on TikTok. Talking about he stole it. This how much we rock with each other. So y'all know me. I tell y'all, I'll be your test dummy. The transporter, he say, I'll be your crash dummy. We fam over here, fam. He your crash dummy. I'm your test dummy. Either way it do, I guess me and Terry out here going crazy trying to help y'all. That's the Quicks just saying, are they paying for dedicated rates? That's dedicated. Yep, dedicated. Everybody's saying the same thing. Got to be dedicated rates. I'm in South Texas, about an hour from SpaceX. I know exactly where you at, fam. Andrew has one pallet of boxes now and plenty more space, but it's dedicated. I'm telling you, fam, they pay dedicated rates, and them dedicated rates are also, that's where you get your money at. That's the expedited. That's what we're known for. So that's all this conversation you heard tonight when we've been talking numbers, fam. When you hear people complain on TikTok and different social media platforms, like, oh, I couldn't do that for this. I have to do it for $1.50, $2, $2.25. That's because they hear us, the cargo Sprinter van, however you want to put it. And they hear expedited. Because in the past, years and years ago, only thing that they would call us for was expedited. Because back in the day, before we had Amazon Prime and next day delivery and all that stuff, they had to call on Sprinter vans to get stuff next day. Well, now, since it's possible for so many people to do it, and there's so many ways to ship stuff by plane, train, different companies, the abundance, the volume, the number of expedited freight, it still moves a lot, but the volume of Sprinter vans that's out there, every load you get won't be expedited. The biggest takeaway that you need to do that we talk about over here is how to get those loads that might be that one pallet, two pallets, possibly even three, that they want to put on a box truck or 18-wheeler and send it as a partial. We talk about how we call and negotiate and get that load on us so we can get the rate we need and get it shipped. Sometimes brokers will look for us because they want to just go and get it there and they'll pay the $1.10, sometimes 95 cents, and you got to talk them up. Sometimes 70, 80 cents, and you got to talk them up. But we do a lot of that, getting loads that might not be dedicated and get it to the rate we need so we can move it. But what you're talking about, that's a dedicated load, fam. Dedicated rates, but can also be carrier company that requires no parceling. That too. That I've heard of that as well. There are carrier companies that because they got so many people or because of their rules, they won't even parcel you. When they put something on you, they want you to go and get it to where it needs to go. True. That's what I was talking about. Maggers in the building. What's going on, fam? Richard saying came from to select this different way, different than DAT. Hey, fam, get that money. I'm not mad. I want y'all to get all the money. I want y'all to get all of it. All right. That's all I see right now because everybody else in there. So I ain't gonna hold y'all up because it's already 8:27 Central Time. I know it's 9:27 for some of y'all. True, you be safe on that road. I know some of y'all already out there. Like Andrew sitting in Florida waiting for that morning drop because y'all already got that Friday pickup drop off Monday. Some of y'all got that pickup Monday. Your boy ain't got nothing. I got a dedicated broker this week. I think it's Monday or Tuesday. We got to talk. He got to call me in the morning. So I don't know how I'm going to move yet, but I know I'm going to be moving. And when I find out what that move is, I'm definitely going to let y'all know. But before we get out of here, you know what time it is. Close them eyes and bow them heads. Lord God, we want to just start off by saying thank you. Not to ask you for nothing, but just thank you. Thank you for the hedge of protection that you have been providing us from week to week. Thank you for sheltering us from all the bad storms, the bad energy, the bad things that could have evaded us and things that could have taken our family out of here, but you kept us together and kept us seeing another day. And we want to say thank you. We want to thank you in advance for the hedge of protection that you're going to provide over us and our family. We want to thank you in advance for the wealth that you have coming through our way. We want to thank you in advance for the loads that you're about to bestow upon us so that we can help build our businesses, strengthen our family finances, just strengthen us peers. We want to just thank you in advance for everything that you're going to do for us. Thank you for the protection of everybody out there that right now that has the Friday pickup, Monday drop off. Thank you for the ones that are going to pick up Monday. Thank you for the ones that are just about to have an amazing week. We want to thank you in advance for bringing us back together, not now, but next week as we reconvene to go over the current weeks that's coming up progress. And we want to thank you in advance for the success that is coming all of our ways. We want to thank you for all this and everything else. In your darling son, Jesus' name, amen. And just like that, fam, it's time to get up out of here and have that great, amazing week. Y'all stay safe on that road. If you need a blanket, go to Costco. They got the heated blankets because it's getting chilly outside. But either way it go, fam, y'all stay safe, man. Y'all go get them bags, run it up. Y'all take care of your families. You know what they say? Hug the kids, kiss the wife, kiss the dog, all that stuff. Y'all just do everything and have a great week. We got the videos coming. We got work to do. And best believe we going to talk again. But until we talk again, it ain't going to be the next live because we got videos coming this week. So until the next video, you already know what I want you to do. Until the next video, y'all stay blessed.